Hey everyone,
Hi.
back for another exciting episode of Books We've Read with Sara and Stephanie. And the theme for today was mystery books published within the last 5 or so years that we liked. So I'm going to let Sara tell her book first.
Okay. So the book I chose was Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. I know a lot of people have read it, but if you haven't, it was actually the first Ruth Ware book I read, and it made me want to read more of hers. It was really, really good. So it is about a travel journalist named Lo, and she gets invited to go on this brand new cruise ship, which is only for like the richest of richest people. It's very exclusive. Um, and her life is kind of messed up at the moment. So she decides, all right, I'm going to go. This is going to be great for my career. And she goes. And at first, everything is beautiful. The rooms are gorgeous. It's like a fancy hotel on the water. The food is great. She likes most of the people that are on the ship. And things are progressing well until the woman in the cabin next to her, she swears in the middle of the night she sees gets pushed over the railing of the ship, but nobody believes her. All of the people who are supposed to be on the ship are on the ship. So it makes absolutely no sense as to why she thinks she saw this woman get pushed overboard. She thinks she's going crazy. And the book continues, and she's trying to solve this mystery of what on earth happened to this woman. Why does everyone insist that she was never on the boat? And Stephanie and I both read a lot. So it's hard for either of us to read a book where we can't figure out the ending before the ending. And the book that Stephanie did last week, The Color of B. Larkham's Murder, or 2 weeks ago, I should say, and this book were two books that I really could not figure out until very close to the end. And to me, that makes a book even more exciting because when you figure it out, you still read it, it's still good, it could still be interesting, but it's not as enthralling as when you're really like, oh my gosh, I need to keep reading. What is going on? I can't figure this out. So it's a really fun murder mystery. It's very similar to Agatha Christie's work, just more updated for today's time. So yeah, I really suggest that you read it and see if you can figure out what is going on in the story before the end.
And hers is in Cloud Library. Both of ours are in Cloud Library. I really tried to pick one this time that was in Cloud Library. Last time's the last theme was a little bit more difficult with a special needs character to find something in Cloud Library. But The Woman in Cabin 10 absolutely is, because it was super huge. It was a bestseller. And the book I am going to tell you about also is on Cloud Library.
The ebook is currently checked out on Cloud Library, but the audio is available, at least as of an hour ago.
Yeah, it'll be back. Okay, so the book I picked was Believe Me by JP Delaney. We have this, and we have Cabin 10 in print at the library, but they both were checked out, I guess, before the library closed. Now, JP is actually a pen name for an already established author. I don't know even if JP is a male or female. They don't say in the book jacket. I suppose if I put my super librarian skills to the test, I know I could figure it out, but I really don't care that much. If he or she wants to be anonymous, then that's okay with me. So this story, and I've read 2 of JP's books at this point, and I like this one better. I read this one and a recent one, I think it was called The Perfect Wife, which was good, but not as good as Believe Me. So Believe Me, the main character is a woman named Claire, who is a British actress, and she's living in the United States. And, you know, it's hard to be an actress, and she's not famous or anything like that. And she gets a side gig working for divorce lawyers as a decoy because she's very beautiful, to kind of not proposition, but she flirts with potentially straying and cheating husbands. And if they then proposition her, she has it on video or audio to be used in by the wife or the spouse in divorce court. And then, so she's got a new client, and she's kind of working on him. And then his wife is violently murdered. And the police think that it's the husband. But he's really smart, and he's got good alibis and other stuff. And so the police then enlist Claire to see if they can get him to confess to her. So then the book is kind of like a bit of a psychological thriller, because it's hard to know. It's mostly from Claire's viewpoint, and is Claire in character, or is that her real thoughts? Is she falling in love with him, or is that just acting? And it's very interesting. And then you don't really figure it out until the end. And obviously I'm not going to tell you what the end is, what happens. But it was good. Again, it's a book that really, I was like, did he do it? No, maybe he didn't do it. Because he was also a good actor. I believe he is a playwright or something like that. So they had a connection as well in the acting genre. So it's very, very interesting. I would definitely recommend it if you're looking for another book to read, and who isn't at this point, because how many hours can you sit in front of the TV and zone out? You need to move your eyes a little and read a book. So definitely check it out. Believe me, that's mine. I think it might have been, no, I don't think it was the first one. No, because the first one JP wrote was The Girl Before, which I actually haven't read, but I'm going to read. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. And then this was Sara's, again, The Woman in Cabin 10. That's been my favorite Ruth Ware book to date. I haven't read all of them, but that one has been my favorite. I don't know about you, Sara.
Like it's actually my only Ruth Ware that I've read.
Oh, I thought you read the one that we talked about. No, that was a different book. Okay, right. That was the one you texted me about when I thought that you had read the one with the nanny.
Oh, yeah. So the other book I was thinking of doing this week, which I didn't, maybe I'll do it another week, is The Au Pair. That's also a really, really, really good mystery. And I actually texted somebody by mistake last night when I was trying to text Stephanie about the book, because we finally remembered the title. I texted them and they're like, I don't think you meant to send me this. I'm like, I didn't. Book recommendation. In case you needed one. So yeah, The Au Pair, and I can't think of who the author is. I obviously have it in my text messages. It is, if I can find it, Emma Rouse. So there you go. You got 2 book recommendations from me this week.
I haven't read that one yet. I'll have to add that to my list.
It's one we did for a book club. It was really good. A lot of people liked it. And that was another one where like there were bits and pieces, and I figured that one out earlier, The Woman in Cabin 10, but still definitely past the halfway point.
Oh, well, that's good. If you figure it out before the halfway point, it's almost like not worth reading the rest of it.
Exactly. And a lot of times I do just see if I am right.
Well, yeah, there's that.
Right, but
yeah. Plus, we're readers, so I mean, we text each other at 10 o'clock at night to talk about books.
That is true.
We're kind of dorky, but it's like an occupational hazard.
Right. I always say, I'm like, am I a dork? Am I a nerd? I'm a good combination of both, but that's okay. Totally okay.
Yes, but totally cool. That's the other thing too.
Yep. So, all right, I guess until next time.
Yes, and let us know if you've read any of those books. Oh, subscribe to our page on YouTube and like this video and all the other stuff that the YouTube people say. Do those things. Because we only have right now, the last time I checked, 16 subscribers.
I think we're
one's me and one's my husband. So we really only have 14 subscribers, and we need more. I know people are watching these videos. We see the count. So subscribe to our channel.
Okay. Bye, guys.